Hello and welcome back to another Dare to Game video. Today we're playing Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and I'm bringing you another video in my Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 Standardized Armor Guide series. So basically the entire point of this series is to bring you each suit of armor as it exists fully in the game, with as little variable as possible, so one can be compared to the next. So for that, I designed a base layer that includes the same padded armor and the same chainmail that I will use whenever possible. That way it'll keep all of the stats very, very consistent, and I picked items that have either the best or some of the best stats in the game, so that for each one of these videos, these suits are reaching pretty close to their maximum potential, but most importantly, they're very comparable. So any of these guides can be compared to another one in this series, and basically the only variable is going to be the plate armor, the stuff on top, because that's the part that's being measured. And today's video, as you can probably tell from the title and thumbnail, is the Brunswick Armor. This is the armor that is added in with the pre-order bonus, which was called the Lion's Crest DLC. Now, this was made available at launch for anybody who pre-ordered the game. I have no way of knowing this, but with the first game, their pre-order bonus was later made into a DLC that you could just pay like $5 for or whatever. So it's entirely possible that you can get it that way. Otherwise, as far as I know, you have to have done gotten the pre-order bonus to get this armor, and you have to find the armor. I already have a video on the channel that I've put up that has a guide for showing the locations to where to find this, but in short, it's a treasure map, or a series of treasure maps that you'll get through investigating some clues, and you can start it in the starting city of Troskowitz right when you start off the game. You can talk to the scribe there in town, and he will start the mission for you. So with all that being said, let's just dive on in, and I will show you this suit of armor. Alright, so layer 1, and again, this is the same for all of the suits of armor in this series, is the short pourpont. I went with the red variant of the short pourpont because that's what we use for all of these suits. It has a stab defense of 14, a slash defense of 46, and a blunt defense of 35, with a charisma of 37. So it's a very good pourpont as far as Gambesons are concerned. It's got the same stats as a whole bunch of different ones, all called the short pourpont. There's basically just a bunch of different colors and patterns for them. I went with this one for consistency. Then we have the padded chausses, same thing as before. There's a bunch of variants of this one, but it is essentially the best in-slot stat item. So it has a stab defense of 31, slash defense of 43, and blunt defense of 34, and then charisma of 13. Then for this suit, we do need boots, so I went with the Burger shoes. So these have a stab defense of 1, slash defense of 4, and blunt defense of 1 for a charisma of 23. Then, of course, as always, we have the Noble's belt and the Noble's pouch. These don't affect the stats much, other than they each weigh 1 pound each, and they add 220 Groschen each for the value. So that is our base layer for every suit of armor in the Standardized Armor Guide series, but of course the Brunswick one is no different. So let's add the second layer. So the second layer, which I call the padding and mail layer, has one small change over most of these videos, and it's that there is a specific chainmail coif for this suit of armor, which includes a helmet, at least visually speaking. So that's something that most of them don't have, but if it had, if any of these suits of armor have an extra slotted item that is named after the suit, I will include it in the suit, and so that's why we get that one. So the Brunswick's chainmail coif has a stab defense of 27, slash defense of 68, and blunt defense of 55, with a charisma of 13. Then, as always, we have the Hauberk Long, which is the best in-slot mail shirt. We have a stab defense of 33, slash defense of 68, and blunt defense of 55. Our mail collar with badge has a stab defense of 27, a slash defense of 68, and a blunt defense of 55. So that is the first two layers of our armor, and you can see that we are already looking like a man-at-arms with our padding and mail armor on. Let's add the plate armor on and see what makes this suit of armor so special. Alright, and there you have our top layer added on, and it definitely is very unique. So I could understand why some people out there who did not pre-order the game are a little upset that they don't have this, because nothing else in the game looks quite like this. And the stats are, of course, also quite good, but we'll get to that in a bit. So the sleeve armor we have is the Brunswick plate sleeves. This has a stab defense of 119, slash defense of 86, and a blunt defense of 31. Then we have the Brunswick's bassinet, which is an interesting thing to call this, because it's obviously a decorated tournament variant of a great helm, which is what makes this suit look so dated. If you switch out the helmet on this suit for a different helmet in the game, it does not look so out of date, but that helmet makes it look really old compared to the rest of the armor in this game. But the Brunswick's bassinet has a stab defense of 115, slash defense of 83, and a blunt defense of 29, with a charisma of 25. The Brunswick gauntlets, which are the gloves for this set, have a stab defense of 115, slash defense of 83, and a blunt defense of 30, and a charisma of 29. Our leg armor is the Brunswick plate leg armor, which, despite appearing to have sabatons in the small image, actually does not. and that's why we need boots. But this one has a stab defense of 115, slash defense of 83, and blunt defense of 30 with a charisma of 29. Then we have the Brunswick's Brigandine, so it is a Brigandine armor, and for this we have a stab defense of 114, slash defense of 83, and a blunt defense of 30 with a charisma of 23. And that is all of the pieces of plate armor for this set. So without any jewelry or even wearing spurs or anything like that, we have our charisma at 27, so this suit is easily boostable to 30. If you have any jewelry at all on, you'll get it up to 30, but obviously if you have top tier jewelry, it will be at 30 easily. So this is one of the suits of armor in the game that works equally well as a high charisma outfit and one that is good in battle. So that's one thing that I wanted to note with this one. Other stats on this one, we have a total weight of 80.6 pounds, so it is a little bit on the heavy side. It's a couple pounds heavier than a lot of the suits that we've looked at so far in this series. We have a total value of 17,246 Groschen, which also makes it not the cheapest so far. The Magdeburg armor was worth less than this one, but the Milanese armor was worth more than this one, so definitely not as expensive as it might look, considering how fancy the suit of armor looks. Then we have an average armor rating, or AAR, of this one for the head of 241.3, the body of 222.3, the arms of 217, and the legs of 169.7, giving us an overall average armor rating, or AAR, of 212.6. So definitely very good. We made it over the 200 threshold, which is what we consider tank armor in this game. You know, just stuff that can take so much punishment that it makes you basically unkillable, as long as you're not horrible at the combat. It does put us at less than the Milanese armor, so this is currently, it's the third video in my standardized armor guide series, but that makes it the second most powerful set that we've looked at so far as the average armor rating is concerned. Definitely quite good for all of those stats, especially considering it's free. You can obviously... It's not free in real life money because you had to pre-order the game to get this, or if at a later date they add it as a DLC, you know, buy it so you can get access to it. But once you have access to it, you can just go find the pieces. You don't have to pay anything for them. So considering all of that, and considering the fact that you can easily max out the charisma on this, and it does look quite good, really good suit of armor. So excellent stats there, but that's pretty much it. So now I'm just going to show you some high resolution photos of this from different angles, just because I know people like that. But in any case, that's all for today. Hope you enjoyed this video. Oh, I should point out, you can see over on my horse over there, you also get a comparison for your horse. That is the, it has the Bohemian crest on it. So, yeah, very unique set altogether. But that's all for today. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching another Dare to Game video. If you liked this video, please leave a like and a comment. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. If you like my content and would like to support this channel, consider becoming a member today for as little as $1.99 a month. It makes a huge difference. But in any case, thanks for watching and have a nice day. I'll see you next time.